Good evening, Yakumo.
Good morning, Leo.
Welcome, everybody. So today we come back. We would like to talk about one of the most iconic filmmaker and his actor. So Akira Kurosawa.
Kurosawa.
And the actor would be Toshiro Mifune. Mifune.
Yes. Toshiro.
Yeah, it is not easy because I just memorize in Chinese character, so it's
Yes, one.
suddenly become Japanese.
Yeah.
But so he's international famous,
Yes.
and he tried to kill himself
Many times.
and he didn't make it. Very strong life. Yes,
Tough.
very tough.
Maybe God didn't want him to live so fast.
He said he had too many complaints. Yeah, so he couldn't see the world going this way. I can totally understand. Yeah, and yeah, I think his film has a very strong message. Normally, has very strong message in the very beginning of the film. I wonder if people still do this today. But anyway, like in his film, he would basically tell you what happened in the very beginning. It's like sometimes I feel like if he transfer this kind of communication skill into business, it might be a good way. But say obviously, he wasn't good at business. Yeah, so but his movie. So for you, you mentioned a movie of him that you have some impression, yeah,
Yeah.
and I can find a translation of this movie for you. I think.
Yeah. I just watch his Kakemusha.
Musha,
Kakemusha. How to translate into English?
Shadow Warrior.
Shadow Warrior, but in fact, it's like a double ganger
Okay,
for you. Yes,
okay.
double gang. Who probably yeah. It seems that in Japan, especially the early Sengoku period, they seem to have this habit or tradition habit to have their double ganger in order um, to deceive their enemy,
In order to survive, yeah.
survive and to
People,
deceive their enemy.
people are still doing this today, yeah.
Sure, like
Any
I
politician, they
believe
have more than one person.
double ganger. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. This is a movie in 1980. Is we can say it's a late movie of his own. I think at
Sure.
the time he
Sure.
became a little bit different. My impression, for I think for two reasons. One, he started to make colorful film, film with color. And second, I think for some reason he started to be very dramatic. I don't know, maybe it was influenced from Francis Ford Coppola or like, yeah, I don't know.
So
opera.
it might be that they
They know each
influence
other, yeah.
each other, right?
They
Influence
definitely
each
know each
other.
other, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and for me, I actually um, not I dislike it. For example, I still like Yumi, Yume, Yume, like the
Oh,
dreams.
the dream.
Um, I still
So
like it.
that's your
Late, yeah,
favorite?
1990, yeah.
That's your
Um,
favorite?
my favorite, I won't say that. I still think, um, no, it's very hard to
So
decide which one is my favorite. I
so
think
many
my
you
favorite would
have
be
many favorite.
probably the Idiot. Uh,
Idiots.
the Idiot. I don't know if you watch Hakuchi. Um, it's actually a movie adapted by a novel, Russian novel. So you know the Idiot. You know, it's the name.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I know that.
yes,
Oh,
and this
so
is
that's the same story. They are the same story.
and he adapt into a Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
story. So I think this one might be my favorite.
Mm.
And also there's another one called Desu Uzala. Okay, this is Russian. Okay, De Delesu Utala
Mm,
Utala. So
I guess I know the one, but
I believe this
not
one
very
is probably Russian production. I'm not sure
sure. Or co-production like that.
because we need to understand like in the final years of his life, he actually didn't have a lots of chance to make movies because no money,
Mm.
no one want to sponsor.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's very unfortunate. Um, yeah, but it was the if I were him, just turn himself to become a fine artist. Like you have a fan, you have the skill, you have
yeah.
just forget those the process of making films because it's a lot of process. It's a very huge production, and you are already a globally recognized artist.
Icon.
Yeah,
Right.
you can do whatever. Like I mean, benefit from your fan. Like I don't know, but obvious he probably still identify himself as a filmmaker,
Yeah.
a film director. So this is what he was like to do. So anyway, this is his life. So those production, including Yume. Yume is like sponsored by Hollywood companies, or like that's why you can see Martin Scorsese in the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are friends, so they are trying to help him to actually make the film. Yeah. So those are, I like those, and I think in his film there's um, some kind of it's some kind of quality you don't really see in from Japanese a lot. It's a rare
Mm.
quality because he is very bold. Like he say things very loudly in his movie. It's not definitely not a peaceful, calm, like it's not like that. He has a very, he actually has a very, I think from today's view, very commercial, Hollywood style movie camera movement and performance and music, composition. Like I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I can
yeah,
feel that.
you feel it,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you can and we all know that his film actually influenced many
many
later Hollywood
many.
production, right?
Yeah, yeah,
One of them is the Star Wars.
yeah.
Star Wars is influenced
The
by his.
hidden fortress, the hidden fortress. So is Kakushi Tori de no San Kanin.
Yeah, yes, the three bad guys in the
Hidden place, hidden
hidden
fortress. Yeah,
fortress. Yes.
this is also one of my favorite. I think this is like it's very entertaining, but at the same time you feel like there's a deep meaning there, and it's touching as well. You feel like which character I remember the most. The princess,
Okay.
the princess, like the lady, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think me too. Although it's kind of blur, but when you mentioned about princess, I got that
Yeah,
something
because
splash.
basically the one act by the Toshiro, um, I think has been designed as supposed to be a perfect man. So it's talking about he's a royal, yeah,
Yes.
and he's a great fighting, yeah, great physically,
Fighter.
yeah,
Yeah.
good fighter, and he's also a leader, yeah, he's a good leader. He understands people, yeah,
Yeah.
and he also understand the difference of people, yeah, like there's this quality he had, but still in the film you can see he made many mistakes
Yeah.
because he was alone and he made many mistakes. For example, there are many times he shouldn't have left the princess alone with those two, you know,
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, but this princess is always stay calm, always very strong, and
Yeah. She's a heroine. Heroine, right?
yeah. So I think this character is really really touching, you know, to me. Because when I watch, I thought, oh, we don't see this kind of character anymore today. The closest one I can remember maybe from Coen Brothers movie.
Which
Do you know? Do you watch some Coen Brothers movies? Yeah.
I believe so, but I
Uh,
need to
if I if
I need
I
to have a check.
True Grit, True Grit,
True
Grit,
Grit,
Grit or Grit, Grit. How do you pronounce?
True Grit,
Grit.
Grit.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
pronounce it Grit.
This a little
True Grit.
girl in this movie. I feel like it's a similar kind of spirit, similar kind of because she was trying to basically ask for what she deserved from from very tough people, and she's a
Uh,
little, yeah. So I think yeah,
oh, I
that
know that I know this girl, but it's only because I told my students once in a magazine article. Yes, yes.
yeah,
So I remember this name. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But we are discussing those, but it always comes back to ourselves. So I think if I appreciate, what is in the movie, I think either there's something I'm missing, or there's something I feel like resemble. Yeah, you feel like yes, even you supposed to be weak in your situation, but if you if you hold it if you can withstand that. And obviously you have to undergo what is happening. But eventually, your principle, they won with principle, yeah. I'm still talking about the hidden fortress, because eventually they were caught. I think, yeah, they tried their best, still they were caught.
Yes.
But they won by their principle, yeah.
Yeah.
The general basically turned to their side. So he released them, yeah. So you can imagine if most of people don't have principle, just like those two guys, those two random, one fat, one skinny, like two guys. Those are the representation of people who don't have a principle.
Yeah.
In his movie, there's always, I think, two kinds of people. One is the leader. It doesn't matter in the justice side or in the evil side, doesn't matter. There's a people who are different. They are the leader.
Yeah.
And the rest are random people. They
Random people.
change where the situation change, and they follow whatever they think they're stronger.
Yeah.
Which I think reflect to the particular Japanese society is cool, but even reflect to the human society,
Sure.
probably still kind of accurate.
Sure.
Yeah.
A little
So
bit, probably a little bit exaggerated, but yeah, but that's art, right?
yeah, but no, I think it's about to show the reality somehow, but in if you're a creative filmmaker, you try to show it in your own way, yeah. Because if you don't have your own way, then you don't have value, yeah.
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 No.
So, but still, he's showing some kind of supposed to show some kind of reality, which is even more real than the reality we see right now. Yeah. I think that's the
The value
yeah
of
that's the value, yeah, of because it's funny because he say three bad person. He
yeah,
doesn't say
three
two.
bad
Yeah,
guys.
three. So who are the third one? So the third one is actually the main character. Like he is not a bad guy, yeah. But but again, because he's complete. When he wants to be really really bad, really severe, he can, yeah. So sometimes he treat those two guys like garbage. You
Yeah,
remember?
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah. I
kick
remember that.
them and beat them up like
Yeah, like,
for no reason, yeah. And we might say like, oh, this is not a human, this is rude, and but if you see the whole situation, you understand why, the reason, without judging it, then you can understand. Yes, if they are all like bad people, it's different. Yeah, and the setting of the the character, I think is very very interesting. It represents like in his mind, the director's mind, a perfect human, a perfect man should be like this. Yeah. So well, this is we are talking about the relationship between Kurosawa and Mifune.
Mifune.
So it's very, similar in many other relationships, like filmmaker and actor, like
Yeah,
Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro. Like it's like, okay, if I can be like him, like, and you cannot film yourself. Yeah. So they always have this kind of relationship, like, so you can say De Niro is like the Scorsese in the film, you can see. Yeah. And Mifune as
Just
well, just
represent
like a
Kurosawa.
representation of himself. And sometimes he act as a really, really evil person. Yeah, he doesn't always act as a good, righteous person. No. I think one of the most international famous movie, um, Rashomon, Rashomon,
Uh,
Rashomon.
Let me see.
Is his obvious is the bad one. Yeah,
Yeah, La Xiaomong.
yeah,
Yeah,
Rashomon.
La Xiaomong.
So this is many people think about Kurosawa. They think about this movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
because it influenced so many other movies. You know the way the editing, camera movement, and the storytelling. Because
yeah.
this,
It was already a famous story before the film.
that's right.
I believe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's great because eventually still nobody knows about what is going on in the end of movie. But look, it was very strong in the beginning. But the character start to say, I couldn't believe. Yeah. I couldn't believe even the ghost lied. Yeah. And then, this line already bringing in your curiosity. Yeah. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
so it's a outstanding writing as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, the movie storytelling in the movie
Yeah.
is playing around the space and time. Yeah. So maybe it is a very long story, but it looks like very short, or the other way around. And in this movie, he really play a lot. I wish the Lord of Rings can learn a bit from it, because okay, we are going to walk for 2 days, and then when you watch, you actually feel like 2 days. Walk, walk,
Yeah,
walk.
yeah. Yeah,
Dun,
different
dun, dun, dun,
different
dun,
philosophy.
dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun. And still walking, still walking. And okay, here you go.
yeah,
There will be a big fight for 1 hour. Then you actually see big,
yeah. I think, uh,
and
I
and the set.
think,
Then I couldn't stop complaining because those monster warrior, like I don't know the real name, but those are ugly, like
yeah,
strong, and they will come with like a really strong force, and then a small skinny human beat, and he died. Like, what the? Are you supposed to be strong and fast?
Superman.
And
Actually, they're from. They are the cousin of
and
Superman,
yeah,
probably.
and then and die. Like, what is the setting? Like, are you deceiving the audience? Yeah, like that. Sorry.
At, so at least, it should be a stronger character, kind of like that, right?
Yeah, or you have to convince people. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You have to.
yeah. You
Yeah,
don't just
confidence. Yes.
because the force from the physical design is obvious different. So then, and yet, there's one thing I never understood: the monster army has the right. Yeah, there's certain kind of creature they right. Yeah, and the elf they have the
Yes.
right. The horse. Yeah, make a
Yes.
horse. The hobbies, the human. the main character thing
Yes.
always
They
walking.
only walk.
What?
Yeah.
You don't have get the horse. I mean, like, so why? Like, this just doesn't make sense for me because it's supposed they are very hurry to go somewhere, but they just walk.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, just my
That's weird. I need
just
some study to
just
understand.
my little Peter Jackson complaint. Yeah. Anyway, come back to but
Yeah.
in
So
Kro-
if yeah, compared to what you mentioned, I think uh, it feels like Kurosawa is more even more Western style than Peter Jackson because I always tell my students in English we always start by the point and then are the details. So it's just like what you mentioned about Kurosawa's movie.
Mhm.
Uh, he would tell you the main message, the most important message at first, right? So, yeah, and he doesn't like to waste time, right? Like that, and he would do some reasonable and efficient arrangement
Yes.
in his movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know that, yeah, and I guess that's why, yeah, that's why you feel no, not comfortable, but you feel like you feel right. No, that's not a good expression either. But yeah, I think
For me, it's always like, okay, you have your own philosophy, you have a principle, you have your trade, yeah. So how much you can push,
mhm,
and he seems like a person actually try to push it to a certain degree, and I
yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's the quality we think every person should have,
we
but
think,
actually not. And yeah, that's I don't have to like every movie he made, or or his, for example, Tarantino. I used to hate Quentin Tarantino,
yeah,
but I appreciate his philosophy. I appreciate how he tells the story, the way, the consistency, the
yeah,
you know yeah, all those kind of things. I might feel uncomfortable watching some of his films, but it doesn't affect the way he apply his principle on what he does in a certain degree.
yeah,
Because nobody pushed that, yeah. He has to push himself.
yeah.
He was well, if you like, we can discuss him later. It seems like we're bringing more and more directors right now. Will be really crowded right now. They have to wait on the line. But yeah, I mean, in not only in the filmmaking, art, music, even in engineering, you know, law. I mean, I think in every field, people should have that. Just they feel they don't need. Yeah, people don't have a principle. People don't apply what they believe on what they do. And this is so common. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably why they are not, they can't be strong when something really happen. They can't be strong
they have
they're
a
never
lower
strong enough.
they have a lower chance to become a Buddha in this life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is all the point. Yeah, it's a life. You have what you believe, and how much you believe, how clear you are. Could you use it in a practical way? Could you apply? How much you apply? Yeah, like this is about basically everything. Yeah.
Sure, but I would say mm, maybe it's because many people don't have real pursuit. So, uh, you know, in a day in a world like this, uh, especially in a rather peaceful area, uh, I think people are even easily get lost in 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 many things, and they don't have they don't have and they don't think they have to have a real pursuit. But if you if you ever have a real pursuit like you, I think um, for you it's hard, probably hard to imagine. But yeah, if you have a real pursuit, then you need the strength. Then you will need the strength. But people who don't really have pursue, they also may not have a chance to think about strength. Whether okay, I would, I mainly mention about psychological strength, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah,
Because you don't really feel like uh, what's so bad without it.
yeah.
You don't you don't usually have the experience that uh, oh, it's so bad with to be without strength.
Indifferent. That's how we say, like, yeah, no urgency, no,
Yeah, no urgency. Yeah, that's
um,
no urgency.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But
um,
but 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 things are always happening. Yeah,
of course, things are always
things are always
happening.
happening, and there's one thing I believe that that weakness, of course I'm talking about mental weakness,
Hmm.
is always the breeder or the um is where the evil started.
Hmm.
Yes, so it's like when it comes to some disaster, when you face to like, okay, let's say the war, the sudden war, you see people who doesn't have mental strength,
They
they
give
are
in very
they
quickly,
are
very, very
more
quickly. Yeah,
and they are more likely to hurt others.
yeah,
At
because,
that yes.
yeah, that's true. People start to become panic and they start to look for, okay, I will do anything if I can survive. Like,
Yeah. They think
um,
they are doing these things to survive, but they're just they're just hurting others.
yeah,
Nothing but hurting others.
exactly.
Nothing but evil.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like a convenient um,
Uh,
situation
excuse. Yeah.
for it to come out. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's so true. I think, yeah. People are opportunist, yeah. Opportunist. That's the
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
yeah. That's why they take something easy. That's why if you appear yourself easy, then people bully you. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Even without the intention, they bully you. Yeah.
yeah.
You remember, like, if you are in a line, and people always go through you in the front, and there's
Yeah.
a problem. There's a problem because there's a long line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why they decide they are going to cut here, not cut there? This is a very interesting thing. Like, I used to be like that, and I didn't realize until I realized. So, in a sense
You mean you
situation,
used to be the one who
exactly,
is interrupt?
people chose to bully, yeah, because they think you are weak, yeah, and or they don't even realize they do this, yeah. So, what is the solution? For me, in many cases, if it going to happen again, I will even try to go in the front
Yeah.
a bit. I rather than go in the back,
Yeah.
go
Yes.
through the back rather than in the front because it's different.
That's
Yeah,
different. That's
it's
quite
different.
different.
Yeah, and also, when you walk, remember, like, sometimes the pedestrian path is small. Yeah, so if nobody, you walk in the middle. Yeah, you walk in the middle. But if someone is coming, like we discussed this before, like you actually not supposed to just give away first, because if you give away first, what is your position? Like, you lose your position easily. You are already there, yeah. The one comes is after you, but you give away your way. Like, I think this kind of thing is happening a lot, and people take opportunity. Yeah, if they think you are weak, if they think this is the time they can take, they take. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is, but I think this is more subtle. Yeah. Some people may not uh, understand quite easily, but I know what you mean. I know what I
Yeah,
mean. It's
it's
it
like
could be some kind of practice,
if you
and
if you leave your belonging unattended, and someone can just take it. Yeah, they think, oh, because nobody own it, they take it. Yeah. So for you and me, we probably don't do this. Yeah. Like, if you see something, or people do, and
sure, sure,
they don't think this is wrong because it's opportunity. Yeah. If you from this point of view, yes, indeed, it is an opportunity. Which also mean, let's say, if you have a daughter and you know accompanied, someone can take her, yeah, because of opportunity, yeah. So that's why there are so many kidnapping. Like, I mean, things happening like that is actually very similar to when people go through you in the front. Like, I don't know
it
if you can
started
see.
from there.
Yes,
Started from there.
exactly. Like, it's hard to see the comparison, but the connection, yeah, if you compare, but it's actually a very similar thing, yeah, because the people looking for opportunity, yeah, they take it, and they have to decide where's the opportunity, yeah, and if you let people fear you are the opportunity, then you are in trouble, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So in this movie, again, if you go back to this movie, The Hidden Fortress,
Yeah.
those two guys he recruit is
Yeah.
exactly this kind of people.
Yeah.
And fortunately, they are not too smart. Yeah. So there are many opportunity. There's some money, and then sex, the lady, in many opportunity, they took, yeah. Like the soil, they took. They don't even consider, anything. They took it, yeah. So and then, yeah, they didn't make it. Eventually, they failed, yeah, which is good, yeah. But those two represent many, many, many other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
They're weak and evil. Yes.
Yeah,
They're weak and evil.
yeah. Um, it's unpleasant to think about that, but yeah, yeah. But I won't say this is. I won't say this is really evil. I mean, I think they are weak, and
Yeah.
they have a small evil and a small good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Yeah,
But oh, all right. What I mean is maybe yeah, I'm a little bit exaggerated,
because there are only
but
few really evil people. Yeah, like
yes, yes, but the
you
same.
don't.
It's the
Yeah,
start. It's
it
the
is that.
beginning.
Yes,
It's the
yes.
beginning. If
But they,
you if
but
you
they,
breed it, if
yes,
you breed it, they'll get stronger. If yeah, in a war, if you
they get
give them a
stronger.
war, they'll
Yes,
be even evil.
yeah, they get
Yeah.
stronger by numbers. They get stronger not by the quality. This is the
Yeah.
difference. Because you don't find a lot of Hitler. Yeah, I mean, this kind of people have the
Yeah.
quality
Yeah.
to really
Sure.
really radical. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the rest follow. Yeah, um, like most of Nazi, they follow
They're part of the
system.
mess,
Yeah,
part of the chaos. They're
yeah,
only a part of the chaos.
yeah.
But
But those few people on top, yes, they are like a true, you know, evil. Like,
yeah, but yeah, when it comes to this, maybe yeah, it might be another topic to discuss. So yeah, this remind me that the real evil is is different. Yeah,
yeah, it's different.
different from this kind.
Yeah,
But I just find this what we call maybe common evil, uh, no brand evil. Really, still they are really uh, they are really like what you say
annoying or
yeah, annoying. Yes, they're
mm,
sometimes they are annoying and sometimes they're disgusting.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look at that, we need to understand like there are also a lot of common good most of people are doing,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
which also
Okay.
doesn't mean they are actually good. Like yeah,
Sure. Sure. Sure.
um,
Sure. If they are not strong enough, they'll never. They can not
so eventually it's about
do
the
the
energy.
real
Yeah,
good.
it's
Yes.
about if you were not talking about spiritual thing, it's about the energy.
Yes. Yes. The
So
strength. Like
exactly,
I say, the strength. They
yeah,
don't have enough strength, so they couldn't be the real good or the real evil.
yeah,
They don't have the strength to be that.
yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
So obviously, people like Hitler, he can also probably has the ability to do something really, really good. Probably,
Strength. Yeah.
yeah,
Ability.
yeah,
Strength. Yeah.
yeah. He unfortunately
Choose a
he chose
different
to do that.
way.
Yeah, yeah. It's like from the biblical um, idea is like the angel. Yeah, the angel is a neutral term. It doesn't mean angel are always good. No, it can be really good. It can be bad. Yeah, so is a neutral term. I think human as well. Human are neutral. But normally, because of our circumstance, we are just mediocre. Yeah. How are you? My name is Lee. I am mediocre. Like so, you have one mediocre human, but yeah, there are some people are special. Yeah.
Yeah, they must have uh, some training, some discipline. So yeah,
But
I think
it can just come by natural as well. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, just like some people have a physical talent. Yeah, from nature. Like we don't have a real physical talent, but you know, LeBron James, for example, the NBA player, Michael Jordan, like they don't make a lot of effort to become 2 meters, yeah, height. No, it's a
yeah, from
natural
the start, from the
physical
start
talent.
they don't have to. Yeah,
Yeah, so
I I I I, I I understand. I believe so, but yeah, the point. What's the point? The point no matter if it's is natural born or by discipline, I think the conclusion is should in order to do some real thing, you always need enough strength. Yes,
yeah,
whether you want to do something real good or do something real evil,
yeah,
you can't do them without strength.
yeah,
And yeah, normal people they don't I don't think they need to train themselves or they don't need discipline, so they don't have this strength. They can always they can always only be doing those little good or little evil, like we say.
like separate plastic and garbage, little good, yeah, like people,
And they don't know why, and they
yeah,
never get to know why to do this.
or they think this is the best they can do, yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
Yeah, back to
yeah.
our director.
So in Kurosawa's movie, you can always see this kind of setting. I think almost every movie you see these two kind of people. Yeah, one is strong, one is weak. One is special, one is different, one is ordinary. And yeah, I think that is a message repeating, sending, and it's very clear. So yeah, I think that the way he show his philosophy, yeah,
Yeah, I also noticed that uh, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But what I noticed is, um, for example, in a Sengoku period movie, war period movie, like ancient Japan movie, he didn't choose to use traditional music, but a symphony. He used orchestra to be his background music, and and he did this very well. You don't feel any irrelevance. You don't feel anything wrong. It just They just like made for each other, uh, and uh, I think I think this might be one of the reason of his success because it should be. Uh, I just imagine that this should be uh, much easier to be accepted by the Western world, right?
I don't know if he did that intentionally or not, but I think so. Yeah, yeah. He also used lots of classic movies, music. Yeah, yeah. But he also has his composer that also where he is very highly controlled in the filmmaking process. Yeah, so maybe sometimes you will feel like those people are just follow what he say. Yeah. So
It could be,
yeah, yeah.
but
So
but at least he's good.
yeah, I think this is yeah, this is very is is kind of feature when it comes to Japanese working.
Environment.
Yeah, I would say that because you know the Takashi Murakami, yeah, Chun Sang-long. So I think he does the same with his team. So the team members basically just follow his instruction. Yeah. So eventually, the whole production actually just represent one person's will, idea. Yeah. I think in some situations, I think it's probably necessary. I don't know if he allows his assistants some kind of range, of freedom expression. I don't know, but
Mm.
I feel like he's probably highly controlled.
Yeah.
But we can, if you want to, we can discuss Takashi next time. So we can also get into the fine art
Yeah, that
more,
would be fun. That would be
a little
fun.
bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also want to push ourselves into a more, you know, high art direction as well. So whoever is listening, have a preparation.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is good for today. We can call it a day. So thank you for the always nice discussion
Yeah, me.
today.
You too. You too.
So
Yeah, enjoy
we'll
that.
do again next week. Okay.
See you.
See you. Ciao.
Ciao.